Okay, I'm nervous, I'm excited, I'm feeling all of the feelings about it. We are doing a full face of e.l.f. We already prepped the skin. We are gonna step into the putty primer. I do have another primer from e.l.f. This is the Prep and Hydrate Balm. It's a little crusty. It's a little on the crusty side. What do you want from me? I don't know. I feel like these are not gonna mesh well together. One is a balm and one is a putty. So we're gonna start with the putty primer. Pretty creamy consistency. I'm gonna start with about that much. It looks like all rubbed in. I am gonna take this up just under the eyes as well. It sits really beautifully on top of the Holy Hydration. So if you haven't heard of Halo Glow liquid filter, you're probably living under a rock in terms of the beauty world right now. And that's okay, because that's why I'm here. I have an eyelash in my eye and a tickle in my nose. Okay, so I got this in 2 different colors. The first time I picked it up, they only had the darker shade, shade 4 medium. And I do like it, especially when I'm tanning. It's super sheer compared to how it looks in the bottle. It's really not a foundation. It is a liquid, what do they call it? A glow booster. It's got a little bit of coverage, which I think is why everybody's loving it, because you can use this as your foundation or you can mix it in with your foundation. I am gonna do the super trending mix with L'Oreal True Match, the nude foundation. So this is again a tinted serum. So when you mix them together, this one's got a little bit more coverage, this one's got a little bit more glow boost effect, and when you mix them together, it's supposed to be fucking magical. So I'm really excited to try this. I got 2-3 Light in the L'Oreal True Match, and I got shade 3 Light Medium in the Halo Glow filter. So let's mix these babies up. I'm gonna start with the glow booster because I love, if you haven't seen the giant doe foot applicator that this comes on, I want to be the first to show you. Very satisfying. Okay, and then I'm gonna put some down here and on the chin, and then I'm gonna go in with the True Match. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with a Real Technique sponge. I'm gonna use the butt end of it today, so this end right here, and we're going to blend this together. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Not a perfect color match, as you can see. Okay, so far, that is so pretty. I definitely understand why everybody's loving this so much. It's a beautiful glow to the skin, especially after you set this down. It's gonna look gorgeous. You can still see a little bit of texture. Let me see if I can change the lighting here. Okay, so you can still see a little bit of texture in my cheeks. I'm not sure if it's translating on camera or not, but that would be the one thing that I would say is the putty bronzer doesn't really do much in terms of texture, which I'm not a huge primer person in terms of texture anyways. Let's try next. Okay, I've heard mixed reviews about the concealer from e.l.f. So this is the Hydrating Camo Concealer from e.l.f. I think I got a shade a little bit too light for me. So we're gonna use a relatively small amount under the eyes. Because I heard it's like super cakey, so I'm not trying to overdo it here. I just want to highlight in my usual highlighting places. It blended so beautifully, I must say. That blended out so easily. It was dots, you know what I mean? And it blended out super, super easy, so love that. A little dry. It's a little dry even already. I can see the lack of hydration under my eyes, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna see how that goes. Definitely more of a highlighter than a concealer for the color choice, for the color choice that I got today, but I'm gonna use a little bit more coverage. Okay, I feel like, to be fair, on this being a first impression of e.l.f., I have to use a tried and true for another layer of concealer under the eyes for a little bit more coverage. So I'm using Maybelline Age Rewind. This is a concealer I'm very familiar with. It's been on my roster for quite some time, so just adding the coverage I really need. Okay, so that looks nice. Now we're gonna go into the putty bronzer. So another super viral product from e.l.f. is the putty bronzer. They now have a luminous putty bronzer as well. I'm gonna go in with just my usual cream bronzer brush. We're just gonna give it every chance in the world to be amazing. And let's see. Okay, getting a little bit more pigment now that we've broken the first layer. So we're gonna take it up onto the forehead as well, into the hairline. Keep it nice and high on the cheekbones. Just following the natural lines of the face. Okay, and let's do the nose next. Taking it to the brow and the inside of the eyes. Out through the temples. And cleaning off the brush along the jawline. Okay, love that. Love the way that that looks, love the color, absolutely gorgeous. I got this one in tan lines. Okay, next, let's do some cream blush. So got one of the putty blushes, of course. I actually got 2 of them, and there's one more that my drugstore has. I have Bahamas, which is the orangey one, and Turks and Caicos, which is the pink one. Turks and Caicos, which is the more pinky toned one. Gorgeous. Oh my god, it's so cute. So love that. Love the way that that blended. Love the product. 10s all around. Don't have any complaints about the concealer. It's doing the usual amount of creasing on me that pretty much any concealer would. So people say that this one cakes up really bad and that after you wear it for a while, it just ends up being a dry, cakey, flaky mess. So a little bit curious. I definitely want to test it out since I'm not going to an event or anything like that. So we're going to add another layer of highlighting concealer. I'm gonna put a tiny bit here and here. Oh my goodness. She's nervous. She is nervous. Okay. Oh, I thought I got some on my ear, but it was just my earring. Okay. I'm going to cut this out one more time. Amazing. And this side as well. So here. Looks good to me. Okay, let's set this down. Are you ready? Here's the new technique. I spit when I said that. Here's the new technique. This is not a new e.l.f. product, but it should be a fucking viral one, and I'm going to tell you why. It's the best powder on the market, hands down. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. You can use this for anything. It's fair light, so it might not work for every skin tone. Fair warning. I showed you guys a translucent one that was very comparable in the last makeup tutorial though, so do check that one out if you need translucent powder. This one, best powder ever, best product ever. So we are no longer baking because of this bad boy. Ready? Final press, and then go in. I'm gonna use It's My Ray Ray BH Cosmetics. You guys know I'm obsessed with BH Cosmetics brushes. This is from the It's My Ray Ray collection. Tap off the excess or wave it away, and very lightly, with very little product, set under the eyes, all the way up and around the smile line. I'm gonna flip it because I have more product on the other side, and do the same thing, but on the other side. Ready? Ooh, yeah, down the nose like that. Yeah, onto all those little nooks and crevices. Ooh, I need a little bit more powder. I already know it. Very minimal amount of powder, okay? Ooh, that's it right there. You can feel it when it sits. Ooh, it's already so good. Do a little bit of blending. Add the rest to my forehead and my brows. Down the nose. Okay, now I'm gonna fully set the nose. Ooh, I did my dermaplaning today, so my little mustache, or lack of mustache now, is a little sensitive. Do you see how much lifting you get from that? It's like whoosh, whoosh. Cheekbones are like whoosh. That's right. Okay, and that's it. Boom. Skin is set. You can do a thin layer of this all over the face if you want. I might, because I'm feeling a little greasy from that putty primer. A little on the greasy side, that guy. Not mad at it. Need the hydration. It is wintertime. So I'm going to add a little bit more powder than I normally do. But this is also a good test because you don't need much powder if you're not a big powder person. You don't like to set your whole face, that kind of thing, and you're not baking, which we are not baking today. This is an excellent powder. You can use a little, you can use a lot, and it blends like the edges if you don't powder your whole face so beautifully. As soon as I fell in love with that product, I went out and bought every single one at my Shoppers. So if you're here, you're gonna need to find another location for it or check if they have restocked because I bought them out. Yep, sure did. Okay. I'm gonna give it probably a couple of minutes here to let this fully set down. I'm gonna show you guys what the under eye looks like up close. First, I'm just gonna set the lids, then I'm gonna take the foundation off my lips. So when I come back, I will have lip gloss on and none of this ghosty lip. Oh, the skin feels so good. Obsessed, obsessed. I will be right back. Okay, we are back. I got the foundation off my lips, and for balm today, I'm going to use the Ride or Die Lip Balm in Mighty Mint. Not my favorite. I have tried this one. I do like it, but it is not my favorite. It's super, super thick. I'm loving the coverage. The coverage is amazing right now. For no foundation, that concealer, that camel concealer, really gave me the extra coverage. I mean, I didn't get it in the right color, so I had to add some of the age rewind, but loving that. For powder bronzer today, I'm going to use a favorite, which is Milani. Bam, that one in number 2, Sunkissed. Now, depending how much powder you put on your face, you can... I'm pretty well set here and dry, so if you've got a little bit more of a creaminess going around here, you can blot on your powder bronzer to set the rest of the face. I did a bit of setting today, so we are good. But I love this bronzer because it's gorgeous, beautiful, layerable. Yep, love. Okay, for highlighter today, we are going to use an Essence product. Pure Nude, love. Love this highlighter, especially for an everyday vibe. Okay, you can leave it at that, or like I'm going to today, I'm going to try the new Baked Blush from Essence. Super excited about this one. Pure Nude Baked Blush, and I got the color Pretty Peach, number 5. So I'm going to use a flat brush like this. This is the blush. It reminds me of Luminoso, the original Luminoso. Okay, no, it's like super metallic-y when you put it on the cheeks. So do be careful if you've got texture on your cheeks. It's got more metallic-y than it does pigment. I'm gonna load it up and see if I can get more pigment. No, it's just getting more metallic-y instead of more colored. Okay, fair enough. So it's not my favorite, but it is pretty. You can use it as like a colored highlighter kind of. It's got a little peachy vibe going on that's kind of cute. But if you have textured skin, it's gonna bring out a lot of the texture in your cheeks because it really is more of a highlighter, I would say, than it is a blush. So do be careful. Make sure you blend the fluff out of it because that can really help with the metallic-y cheek vibe that they a lot of these baked blushes tend to give, but looks cute. Not mad at it. Just gonna put it in my pile with the super highlighty baked blushes. And if you spray, then now would be a good time to spray and set this all so that it becomes one. You know what I mean? How the sprays can, I don't have a spray that I love right now, so I'm not gonna do that. And I have a good amount of moisture going on. So we're gonna leave that at that and step into eyes. I'll decide after I finish eyes if I want some more pigment on the cheeks, which I think I might, especially going up, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with eyes. I don't even know what I'm doing with eyes today. I just know I'm in a mood. She's in a mood. Like I mentioned before, I'm doing the research for Accident Suicide Something Shady. If you've never seen that series that I do, there's 4 episodes out currently. I did Amy Winehouse, Aaliyah, Corey Haim, and Avicii. So we look at celebrity deaths. We decide, was it an accident, a suicide, or something shady? It's fun. It's a fun little series. You get to watch me do my makeup while I tell you a story about somebody that, if you're like me, you loved and lost. So some of these celebrity deaths really hit you. They hit home. They have a big impact on our life. That's what the series is all about. And just questioning the official story, taking a look at it. Do we like it? Do we not like it? Let's talk about it. So I'm kind of, because of who I've been researching, if you want hints, you can go look at the last episode that I did, and then I drop hints at the end of it on who's going to be coming next. But because of who I've been researching, I'm in a mood. But I am loving this just like supernatural vibey look that I have going on today. Fuck, I can't decide. My nose is itchy. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I haven't done makeup in so long that I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. Let's stay here. I don't have an e.l.f. palette. Do I? Let me look and see before I lie. I don't even know. I could have an e.l.f. palette and just not even know it. So let's look and see. As far as I'm thinking though, no. Like e.l.f. has palettes. What? e.l.f. Oh, I used to have this massive e.l.f. eyeshadow. It was like 100 eyeshadows came out at Christmas. It's almost like kids makeup is what it felt like. And I probably used it twice and then donated it. So that, am I going to, when you pull it out, you know. Okay, let's see. Oh, I am, and I know why. I know exactly why. It's because of this gorgeous blue right here. So we're doing the James Charles palette today. It's a fucking vibe. This thing is massivo. Oh, I have like a whole table beside me. And guess what? Today I'm gonna fucking use it. So, excuse my language. If you know me, you know I swear a lot. Okay, I'm gonna go back into the blending brush that I thought was my highlighting brush and clean it off. And I wanna start with the transition color that's going to be my bronzer. Is it? Are we? Yes, because I don't like any of the transition colors in the James Charles palette. I don't know why, I just don't. They're all very orangey and then they get very dark. So, bronzer. We're gonna start with our bronzer. I'm just looking down into my mirror because that opens up the crease and then I can get above it, I can get into it, all the things. So starting with defining our crease. I'm gonna do a little bit of work in the upper crease today, so I really wanna make this nice and smooth and blended up to the brow bone pretty much. All the way. Okay, loving that. That's a good start. Boom. This is a perfect day look. If you throw any shimmer all over the lid, mascara, boom, you go. You are ready. But we are gonna go hardcore today. So the first choice to make is what's gonna go with this blue. I know I'm putting this blue all over the lid, all under the lid, like whoosh, cat eye style. So this blue is gonna be my color, but I wanna get into the crease and blend that all first. So when I lay this blue in, I can blend the edge and call it a day. So I'm kind of in the mood for a blue and orange vibe. I didn't think I was, but when I look at these two colors here side by side, I'm just like feeling all the vibes. So I'm gonna step in with this orange first and press it into my brush, blowing away all the excess onto a pile of clothes that I have sitting right there. Great. Okay, and we're going to put this nice and tight into the crease, starting with the folded area right there, because that's where we're gonna get the most color impact. I don't wanna bring this too much in towards the inner part of the eye. I just wanna keep this in the outer corner. I'm gonna blend it into that area right there as well. And then I will scoop it down right here, just so that it disappears nicely on this side as well. You see? Do you see where we kept that? And how when we look straight ahead, we can see that little pop of color, boom, that's what we're going for. Doing the same thing here, so you see, sticking my brush, oh, I fucked up. Sticking my brush right in there, giving it a swiggle, because I want to deposit, not very nicely, but I want to deposit all that color off my brush onto that location, and then we blend. So going a little bit into the inner so that I can blend it down after, and then out right here, because I need some to be on the outside of the tail as well. Shit. I usually do this while I'm like watching a movie or something, and then you'll catch me like watching the movie and not even like looking at my blending, just because I know I'm gonna be blending that spot. It's like once you get your lines, you're good. And then down right here. You see it? You see how it's, Do you see how they're even? Almost even. Moving on. Okay, she's crazy today. Choices. How are we laying in this blue? That is the question, since we already have the rest of the face done. Do we lay it down wet? My answer today, no. Do we put it on a cream product? Probably would be the best idea, but I'm not in the mood. So I'm gonna go powder, and I'm gonna use a flat packing brush. Go into our blue here and see. It's powdery. She's a powdery bitch. See just how this goes. Oh, it goes good. She goes. Okay, ready? Boom, let's powder blue this eye. Ready? Gonna add another layer on that. Because blues tend to sort of disappear throughout the day as well. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with this little flick flack, so I get like an upward angle going out here, and add a little bit into the crease as well. Ooh, I do like that. Let's do the other eye. So starting just kind of anywhere that you feel comfortable, pressing it in first, wipe off the back side of the brush and only put color on one side. If you're trying not to get fallout, you can lean over as well. Make sure you press it into your lash line. Stay away from the inner corner at first. You can get it in there after, and stay away from the crease at first as well. And then you can slowly bring it more up and into the crease around that curve line, leaving a little bit of a gap between the orange and the blue right now. And then same as the other side, getting a little bit more on the tip of the brush and bringing it up. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want to keep the lines sort of together. Oh shit, I'm excited I did this one. I love it so far. Very soft amount of the orange to blend out this edge here and get into the crease and kind of bring them together. Just flicking out on the edges, not doing anything crazy, not any pressing or anything like that yet. Just using this brush and a very, very, very tiny amount of the orange to blend around the edges lightly. Keyword is lightly. We're not even getting in there yet. We're just working on that one crease upper edge. Okay, now to blend the two together, because they're not blended quite yet, before we use more blue, we're gonna go into a darker color, and I'm gonna use this more warm chocolatey brown color right here. I'm also gonna switch it up to a smaller, denser blending brush and just really press that color in before I go in between the two. Again, sort of pressing and laying down that color in between those two before starting to do circular motions and blend it around. So this is gonna mold with the blue and create sort of like a new shade in between these two. And just taking that around. Same thing, right into that crease. Give her a wiggle to get all the product off before we start moving around. You can pretty much stop blending at any point where you like the way the eyeshadow looks. Like, it doesn't have to be perfectly sunset, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go back into the blue now and brighten that up, especially in the inner. Ooh, she was tricky, but that was beautiful. Okay. In terms of eyeshadow on the top, we are done. We've got some work to do on the bottom here, but I'm gonna leave it like that. Take a quick break, and I will be back. Okay, let's finish off this eye. So we're gonna go under the eye now and create some lines and some contours. Starting off, I kind of want to start off with the bright orange. Never been a fan of orange under my eyes, but let's try it. This color right here that we went in with to create that contour over the eyes. Let's try it under the eyes as well. We're pretty much going to cover it up with the darker shades anyways, but we're going to start with a contour color to give us something to blend on top of. And flicking it out just a little bit. Try not to stab yourself in the eyeball. Great. Okay, going in with the darker shade, this one right here. Gonna do the same thing, just keep it on the outer. Okay, and then going one step darker to this color here. Same thing. Now, if you want to add some blue under the eye, this would be the time you go right ahead and do that. I'm just going to go around this edge. I do want to add a little bit of this shimmery blue color. It's nice and dark here under the eye as well. So let's try that. Okay, now before I start looking dead. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. Everybody talks about it. I tried it a long time ago and hated it. We're gonna try it again today. So let's give this baby a go. Mascara is driving me fucking crazy. Okay, so not a huge fan of the mascara. It does the things. You see, there's things going on, but I have a favorite mascara. This is not it. For lip today, I want to keep it simple. We're gonna use a lip liner and lip gloss. I'm gonna have to wait to do my brows now because I just got mascara in my fucking brows. So sweet. Okay, for lip. Where the fuck is the lip liner now? Okay, so we are gonna use Maybelline, what is this called? Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in 132 Almond Rose. And for lipstick, here's a viral dupe for you. This is the L'Oreal Paris Nude Intense in 173. So this is supposed to be a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. Ooh, it's close. Oh my god, it's so lovely. Ooh, it's creamy and delicious. This is a gorgeous color. Perfect for every day. Love it for a grunge look. You can obviously do almost any color of lipstick with a look like this. But I'm loving just the classic. Something so classic with something so grunge. Feeling it. Lashes would look amazing on this. I could throw some lashes on. I just got some new lash glue. But I'm kind of feeling this like this. Cool, let's do brows. I'm gonna do a little bit of filling in though because I'm needing it. This would look amazing with a brown lip too. I think brown would look chic. Okay, let's get rid of that mascara now that it's dry by just flicking it away. I'm gonna fill in using a little bit of an Essence micro brow pencil. I like these because they're waxy and pretty easy to use, I would say. And then the Essence Make Me Brow Gel. I'm gonna try some more Essence brow products for you guys soon when I do almost a full face of Essence. I'm gonna show you guys all my favorite Essence products. So I think they're such a great brand, an affordable brand for young people or people on a budget. And available in Canada, which is pretty much always an issue for us Canadians. It's like there's all these amazing stores and things to buy and we can't get any of it. That's fine. There are so many products out nowadays that you really just, once you find a good brand, you can stick to it. It doesn't have to be an expensive brand anymore. There's lots of good drugstore options available. Okay, so going with like a heavy brow to go with the, well, heavy brow for me anyways, to go with the look. I'm gonna let that dry down and then scrape away some of the crazy parts. So I'll be back in a second with the final look. Ooh, okay, so that's it. That's the finished look. Oh, goddamn, I'm loving it. So the face products, let's talk e.l.f. for a second. The putty primer, I'm surprised at how it's holding up. I've got some weird creasing kind of around my nose. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm gonna keep an eye on how it creases in some of my fine lines around my mouth, my nose, my forehead throughout the day. And I'll get back to you on the next time because I'm gonna try these products a whole bunch of times. So stay tuned for more makeup tutorials. If you wanna see the products or you wanna see how I use them, hear my tips and tricks. So we're gonna see how everything holds up. The bronzer and the putty blush, love. In terms of cream products, I can't wait to use them out a little bit more, try them out a little bit more, I guess I should say, because I think they're gonna be interesting in how we can do sculpting and trying out the different colors that they have. There's the luminous bronzer and the luminous blush. I'm not really interested in trying those. Maybe in the summertime, I think those would be a more interesting product for me because I wouldn't necessarily be powdering except for under the eyes. Halo Glow. I highly recommend trying this. Try to find it in your color if you can, but you can definitely mix it with lighter foundations. If you have like some random foundations in your collection that you can't use because the colors are wrong, a product like this is amazing because it will lighten it, darken it, and change the color depending on the tone that you get. So highly recommend trying these out. I love the combo of the True Match with a primer serum and a glow booster. Loving this together. I mean, it's full coverage. The only thing I didn't do today was bake. So the highlight product of the whole day would be this powder. Yes, I say to this. Like I said, I stocked up. I bought a whole bunch of these. So I recommend trying out, if you're used to baking and you really like the way baking looks, try out a powder like this and see if it works for you. Keep an eye out on the channel for other products like this because I'll be showing you some new powders and some new powder techniques for setting down your makeup. I am 36. I'm about to turn 36. My birthday's in a couple of days. So as we get older, different seasons, different skin textures, it's important to try different things. So there are so many amazing products on the market. I highly recommend trying some new ones out. If you enjoyed this, please give the video a thumbs up. Think about subscribing while you're here if you want to see more content from me. Like I said, all the products that I used today will be listed and linked down below. At the very least, they are listed. Leave a comment if you have a question. Check me out on other social medias. Until next time, mwah! I will see you on my next video. Bye.